Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I want to talk to you about hamstring training and how you can incorporate different exercises to maximize your hamstring gains in the gym. So as always, don't forget to drop this video a like, subscribe, and let's get started. Okay, so I want to make this video mainly about hamstring training and what exercises and techniques you can incorporate to maximize your hamstring gains. We've all done it. You spend hours and hours in the gym smashing your quads, giving very little sort of effort and emphasis to building hamstrings, and then you sort of wonder why your hamstrings are underdeveloped or smaller and weaker. You need to give your hamstrings the same sort of priority, same sort of effort if you want to build big hamstrings and if you want all-round leg development. I mean, it's not great having big quads and skinny hamstrings. So to get that 3D look in your legs, especially from the side, you need to really prioritize your hamstrings. And I'm going to show you a few exercises which you can really maximize your hamstring gain. So keep on watching and let's get started. The hamstring is what is called a biarticular muscle, meaning it crosses at two joints. In this case, it crosses at the hip joint and also at the knee joint. So to fully stimulate all fibers in the hamstrings, you need to pick exercises that involve hip extensions and also knee flexion. So the hamstring is made of 4 different muscles. We have the semimembranosus. Next, we have the semitendinosis, we have the bicep femoris long head, and next we have the bicep femoris short head. So to fully stimulate all the fibers in the hamstrings, you need to pick exercises that involve knee flexion, i.e. some sort of leg curl, be it a lying leg curl, kneeling leg curl, or a seated leg curl. Next, you need to incorporate exercises that involve hip hinge, which is like a 45-degree back extension, or a Romanian or stiff leg deadlifts. So to fully stimulate all fibers in your hamstrings, you need to incorporate 2 different kinds of movements. Also, the hamstrings are made up of type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers, meaning it takes high reps and low reps to fully stimulate all the muscle fibers in the hamstrings. So bear that in mind when you do programming for your hamstrings. So for this video, I'm just going to talk about different kind of exercises and different kinds of machines, especially we have at Ultimate Fitness, which is my gym. And just so if you want to sort of build up your hamstrings, you need to incorporate these kind of exercises. The first exercise we're going to talk about is the seated hamstring curl. At Ultimate Fitness, we have 2 types of seated hamstring curls. We have the selectorized PRECOR one, which I'm going to show you right now. Then next we have the seated hamstring plate loaded. Both different versions, but essentially do the same thing. Okay, so our first movement of the day is the seated leg curl. So this is a knee flexion exercise. So as with the machine, make sure your knees fall in line with the joint of the machine here. So parallel. Best keep your feet pointed upwards towards the sky. Bring the legs all the way back, squeeze hard as possible. Nice and slow, controlled reps. Make sure you get that 1 second squeeze, 2 seconds up. Another tip is if you want to target the outside part of your hamstring, the lateral head, point your feet outwards, so externally rotate them, like this. And this will target the bicep femoris long head. Same thing if you want to target the inside head of your hamstrings, point your feet inwards. Nice and controlled. So at Ultimate Fitness, we've got the 2 versions of the seated hamstring. We've got this one and we've got the plate loaded one. So just find out which one suits you. They're both slightly different. With this one, you can sort of hold on to the handles in front. The hammer strength one, you hold on to the sides. So depending on which one you prefer, definitely give these a go in your hamstring workout. Yeah, so another great piece of equipment we got for hamstrings at Ultimate Fitness. You won't see many of these around, but it's called the inverse pro curl. And the reason why this is so effective is just like doing an assisted glute ham raise. So if you come here, with this machine, the more weight you have on, the easier it is, so it's counterbalance. So you get on the machine, and your knees have to be in line with the joint of the machine. Okay, so get yourself locked in, make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't come off. Okay, so if you come here, your whole torso needs to be as straight as possible. Don't stick your bum out or bend your spine. Keep your torso straight. Okay, make sure you come parallel and you fully stretch or lengthen your hamstrings. Make sure you really squeeze the glutes and hamstrings at the top. Nice and slow on the way down. And pull. So if you think about this exercise, when you do like a lying leg curl, you're hinging at the knee, so you bring your feet up. This is the opposite way around. Your feet are locked in and your sort of low legs are parallel to the floor and you're bringing your whole body up. So it's like the reverse of a lying leg curl. So definitely give this a go. Might as well use it whilst you're also finished because there aren't many of these machines around. So try 3 to 4 sets between 8 to 12 reps. Give it a go. Okay, so we have another variation of the seated leg curl, but we've got the hamstring plate loaded one. And with this one, there's nothing to hold in front. You're bracing yourself at the handles at the side. And personal preference, which one you prefer. I like to use a variety. A few weeks I like to start on this one. A few weeks I like to change it. So it all depends on how you feel and which one suits your biomechanics. So as always, keep your knees in line with the joint of the machine. And keep your feet pointed up and bring all the way back. Okay, so give these a go. Try them at the beginning of your workout when your hamstrings are nice and fresh. Try 3 to 4 sets, 8 to 15 reps. Seated hamstring curls. Okay, so moving on to lying leg curls. So at Ultimate Fitness, we have the lying leg curl, and this is sort of a different variation to the seated leg curl. So you can do one or other, or both. So with this exercise, it's another knee flexion movement. So you're lying flat on the bench, as I'll show you. Then you're bringing your feet all the way to your bum, contract as hard as possible. And come down. Hold it, come down. Now when you start struggling, you don't want to do this. Put your hips up and shorten the movement. You need to drive your hips into the machine as hard as possible and keep your hips as flat, and that way you're about to get a better contraction at the top. Okay, so once you start lifting your hips, you're decreasing the range of motion, making the exercise easier, but you're not getting that full contraction at the top. So give this a go, lying leg curls. So to remember, to fully maximize and stimulate all the fibers in your hamstrings, you need to pick movements which require knee flexion, i.e. a seated leg curl, inverse pro curl, lying leg curl, and you need to incorporate a hip hinge exercise like a back extension, a Romanian deadlift or stiff leg deadlift, or I'm going to show you the next exercise. We're going to do sort of a stiff leg deadlift on the hack squat, which I'll show you right now. Okay, so many of you may have used this V squat for quads, but if you use it the opposite way around, facing the wall, it will incorporate your hamstrings, so it's a hip hinge movement. Let me show you.
So keep your feet about shoulder width and hold on to the pad, lift up, and all you're doing is keeping your legs straight in a fixed position, and you're hinging at the hips, pushing up. So you're pushing your bum, extending it flat out and back up again, squeezing the hamstrings. Make sure you get that squeeze at the bottom, really stretch and lengthen the hamstrings and extend back up, squeezing the glutes. Now this is a great variation to doing like a stiff leg or Romanian barbell, as you find this machine requires a lot less stability, and as the machine's fixed in a plane, all you have to do is utilize your hamstrings to lift the weight up. So give these a go next time you're training hamstrings. Okay, so another hip hinge movement is a stiff leg deadlift, and as the name implies, you keep the legs as straight or as stiff as possible. So to achieve maximum sort of lengthening or stretch of the hamstrings, keep your legs in a slight bent position, not too straight but not too bent, and you're putting more stress or emphasis on the hamstrings. Make sure you get that nice stretch at the bottom and bringing the bar up close to your feet and to your knees, and really contracting the hamstrings at the top of the movement. So give this a go, and you can use this as part of your heavy workout, using reps between 5 to 8, or you can use it later on in your workout using reps up to 20 reps. So give these a go, stiff leg deadlifts. Okay, so next, one of my favorite exercises for building the hamstring is the back extension machine, which we have at Ultimate Fitness. So this is the machine that's sort of set at a 45-degree angle. So this is a hip hinge movement, meaning that you're only moving at the hips. So you lock yourself in, like I will demonstrate in this video right now. Make sure your feet are fully pushed against the pad, legs fully straight, curling down at the hips. Get that full stretch at the bottom and back up. With this exercise, you don't want to come too far up, as it will incorporate too much lower back. So to keep that tension on the hamstrings, go all the way down and just come below, just up to parallel, and squeeze the hamstring to the top.
Okay, so thanks for watching today's video, and if you struggle with your hamstrings, hopefully you've took away a few of the tips and exercises I've shown you in today's video. And if you do struggle to bring your hamstring up, or they do sort of suffer from a bit of development, then try hitting them twice a week. So I would suggest first workout, so on a Monday, try and do them before quads when you're fully energized, so you can prioritize them. So do 5 sets of a knee flexion exercise, being a leg curl, seated leg curl, or a lying leg curl. Do 5 sets and keep the reps between 5 to 8. So you do heavy leg curls, then you're moving on to a hip extension exercise like a stiff leg deadlift or a back extension, and do 5 sets of 20 reps, nice and light. Then 3 or 4 days later on your second workout, do the same again, do a heavy stiff leg deadlift, hip extension, 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps, heavy. Then moving on to a leg curl, seated or a lying leg curl, and do 5 sets of high reps to up to 20 reps. So give this a go, and definitely you'll see your hamstrings grow. So don't forget, drop this video a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.